to the soon. $1 million combo so soon. Get wet, I don't gotta use Zoom. Real funny, sound room. Popped out with a brand new dude. Popped out with a brand new kid. Got this feel good, I'm yeah. Walk them, I'm tired. Got auntie, hey, she burnt.
And introducing their opponents, Team Manitoba.
My name is Brett, and the Empire is Regina. Carol Lee. As captain, I expect you to show that you play things together. And most importantly of all, respect your opponent. Before we do the qualifiers, do you have any questions or concerns? Any further questions, concerns? Okay. This morning, the black side of the head, that's helmet. The head is the leaning way to the chin. When Manitoba is a visit routine, you get to follow the cross, keep following. Head, right there. He calls heads, he calls black. It is black. Manitoba defers. DC. They're receiving. They're receiving. Which end would you like to pick from? British Columbia receiving in the north.
Side judge is Bentley Litsky, and the field judge is Mara Malady. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we now ask that you rise if you are able, and please remove your headwear for the playing of our Canadian national anthem.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 2 of the 2024 U16 Western Challenge and our bronze medal game here between Team Manitoba and Team BC. My name is Chris Hattisbeck. I'm joined once again by my good friend Olivier Eddy.
Hello, Chris.
Excited for another medal day of football.
Well, yeah, this is great. I mean, we had some good battles a few days ago, but this is now 3 versus 4. It's a chance for these teams to walk away with a medal and go home and be proud of their tournaments. And we've seen some good football. Now we're going to see some even better matchups, I think, and it should be an exciting day.
Exactly. Beautiful day here at Libel. Not going to have any concerns with the weather. Should be a hot one out there. We talked about the rain cleaning up the turf. It looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good. The turf is nice and green, ready to go for everybody. And yeah, you said, the weather is not going to be a factor from a wind point of view, from a rain point of view. It may have a toll on the athletes from a hydration point of view. It is pretty hot out there.
Yeah, it is. So, tough tournament, 2 games in only a matter of days as we kick this one off, and this one's going to land right at the 20-yard line, scooped up there by Team BC. Makes one person miss, hits a sideline, and pushed out of bounds just over the 30-yard line.
You talk about, a few games within a few days, and that's tough on the athletes. Different strategies used by these two teams. So Team Manitoba opted not to practice the day following their first game, and then had a lighter practice yesterday, I believe. So they're trying to come in with fresher legs. Now, they do have a few injuries that might have played into that strategy. Team BC opting to kind of go with the regular practice schedule. They did practice both days, from our understanding. Yeah,
as we see BC here ready to kick this one off on their first offensive drive, ball on the 31-yard line. Pat Leon in at quarterback. We see that patented motion offense. We see this reverse. We saw this the other day. This is going to be a double reverse flea flicker, but Manitoba covers it well. Leon's able to find someone in the backfield, but Team Manitoba doing a great job on defense.
You love what you see. A double reverse flea flicker. You and I talk about that play a lot. Been on TSN a few days ago. We'll go to that in a second. But yeah, I mean, BC, they kicked off their first game with some trickery, and then they made it look like the exact same play, but flicked it back. Nice play design, but Manitoba's all over it.
Yeah, very disciplined there by Team Manitoba, doing a great job on defense there, as it's going to make it second and about 20 here for Team BC in a tough spot.
As head coach Corey Mace of the Saskatchewan Roughriders just walked into and sitting now with family and friends to watch this game. That's pretty nice to see.
That is awesome to see. Leon takes a snap, looks to his right, looks over the middle, has a receiver, and it's going to be knocked down. Great coverage on the play there by number 5. That is Miles Garadin for Team Manitoba.
Yeah, that's Team BC trying to fit the ball into Cody Hagel. That's one of their primary guy. He had the touchdown last game. 3 receptions last game for 62 yards. They went to him 5 times last game, and we actually thought that we anticipated they would go to him even more often. So it's nice to see BC trying to get him the ball early today. Already 2 pass attempts in his direction.
So it's going to be 3rd and 20 now for Team BC as Pat Leon lines up to take the long snap and punt this one away. He had a decent day punting on day 1.
Leon looked great. Kicking, punting, playing quarterback, running, throwing. He's a really good athlete.
Leon takes the snap, punts to his left, gets another good one away. That's going to bounce at the 50-yard line, gets a friendly bounce as Team Manitoba is going to have to backtrack to get that one, and great coverage on the play by Team BC. That's number 35 on the coverage, Olin Johnson-Paw.
And me with my net yardage, that's 44 net yards on the punt. That is elite level punting and covering from Team BC. They got to be happy with that after a tough first 2 plays on offense.
So Team BC gets a good punt away. Team Manitoba is going to start here their first drive now on the 46-yard line. They'll take the snap. Jaworski there hands it off, this time inside to Haywood, and gets a nice run there. Game at about 4 on the play.
Alex Haywood carried the ball a lot for Manitoba last game, had 7 carries, 25 yards. He's one of their workhorses for sure, and they're trying to get him involved early. A reminder, we got the live chat open as well. Hi, Lincoln. You're watching all the way from Florida. That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
If you're in the chat and you want to say hi and let us know where you're watching from, that's awesome.
So 2nd and 6 here for number 14, Jack Jaworski, the quarterback. Jaworski takes the snap, looking to pass quickly to his right, gets it away, and that one's going to be complete to number 1. Nice catch on the play there by Tristan Channer.
Yeah, Tristan Channer finding a hole in the defense there in the zone. Good job. It's good to see Jack start the day off with a first completion, going 1 for 1. It's good for the quarterback's confidence. Tougher day against the Team Saskatchewan's defense last week, right? He was being pressured all day long. A little bit more room today so far, giving him a chance to nicely fit that ball in the zone coverage.
So that's going to move the sticks for Team Manitoba. Their first down of the day. Ball on the 52-yard line. Motion in. Jaworski takes a snap. He's going to hand this one off this time, but good pressure in the backfield by the Team BC D-line. Ends up getting a few yards on the play.
Yeah, Haywood continues to show that he doesn't want to be stopped on first contact. He's been doing a great job carrying the ball so far this tournament. It's not the game they want on first down, only getting 3 yards, but it's still manageable.
Yeah, number 79, Jason Ua in on the tackle for Team BC. That's going to make this 2nd and 7.
Casablanca, Morocco, where your cousin is on Team BC. That's amazing, Noah. Thanks for tuning in from all the way out of Morocco, sorry.
Takes the snap. He's going to have to scramble and just throws this one away. Quick pressure on the play by Team BC, number 26. Doing a good job getting in there. That is Rowan Badesha.
Is it just me, Chris, or is the energy higher today?
I think you are correct. Yes.
Maybe it's weather related. I feel like the fans are. I mean, they're all out there in T-shirts with the Team BC's parents have the drums out. Lots of noise, but the kids also seem like energized.
Yeah, they've been here a few days now. They're settled into the dorms. Excited for the chance to win a medal. So should result in a great football game as we see Team Manitoba is going to have to punt this one away on 3rd and 7.
I'm excited here. Viewers from Florida, from Morocco. I assume from Manitoba and BC as well. We're really going coast to coast and continent to continent.
So Manitoba will punt this one away. Gets a nice punt right over the middle. It's going to land there into a few bodies there. Nice job picking that up off the bounce, though. And we'll see a no yards flag called on that punt as well.
Yeah, good coverage. Just difficult when the ball bounces back, right, or still. So the no yards will be called, but not a bad punt at all.
Yeah, Evan Geddes in on the tackle there for Team Manitoba on the coverage. So Team BC will take that penalty and move up for their second drive.
Yeah, so they've exchanged a drive each. One negative play for Team BC, but a really good punt. 1 first down for Manitoba, not as good as a punt. So we're kind of back to even keel.
We had a chance to talk before the game about how we expect both games to be obviously competitive and a little bit closer than maybe some of the first day ones were. And so far, it's looking like it should be a great game.
Yes, indeed.
So Pat Leon ready to take the snap here. Ball on the 31-yard line, left hash. He'll take it. He'll hand that one off inside. Nice hole. Good job by that Team BC O-line, and that's going to move the sticks for a first down.
The intensity is real. The players celebrating after their first down, and I'll tell you, that's a real aggressive play call from BC from a run point of view. They just went lead right up the middle. They're kind of saying, hey, I want to see if I can bully you, in the front 7. I want to see if I can get tough yards in the middle, and that was a good run. If I'm Team BC, I think I'm doing that again to see if I can impose my will on that Manitoba front 7.
Kano Dwyer with a nice carry there for BC. He lined up behind Pat Leon once again here. We'll see if they stick on the ground. He will hand it off this time inside to the fullback and gets a nice chunk on first down.
Yeah, and BC's getting some good holes up the middle. Manitoba's going to have to tighten that up in the front 7. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day for that defense.
Jonah Joel with the carry that time. We'll see if BC maybe sticks to the ground game here. They're having success this drive.
And I think they should. They got to keep testing this out and saying, can we be dominant up in the middle? And if so, they should be able to have a pretty good drive here.
So 2nd and 2 here for Team BC. Leon will take the snap and flags on the play. We'll see. They don't get the first down, but we'll see what the flags are here.
Good. I'm happy to see Manitoba find a way to stop that run, right? So good job on that D-line that I've been putting attention on. So well done. 3rd and short, pending the penalty here.
Looked like it's going to be an offside. We'll see what the officials call here.
Yeah, so we're likely looking at a first down here for Team BC. So Team BC, last game they were passed the ball 25 times, ran it 20 times. It's pretty 50-50. We saw Cody Hagel, obviously 5 targets. He had a nice day. We saw Steele Law as 6 targets. He was quite involved as well. Do we expect them to continue to go to kind of those 2 primary receivers in the air?
I think so. I think they might try and target Cody Hagel more than they did in game 1. He started off very strong. They kind of went away from him as the game went on, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see his name called a few times. He took that opening double reverse and caught that pass, but wasn't able to make anything work there. As Leon takes snap, trouble there on that snap, does a great job to recover it, and he's going to have to make some people miss, and Team Manitoba is going to make a big play in the backfield.
Yeah, another second and extra long here to Team Manitoba's forcing this time on a back snap. Good for that defense, forcing a pass situation. So, right on cue. Are we going to Hagel here or to Steele Law?
Tristan Freitas-Thompson, the D lineman, with the nice play in the backfield there, forcing a 2nd and 15 here for Team BC. So maybe here's the chance, like you mentioned. I expect them to put the ball in the air here. Team Manitoba's D-line, though, getting some good pressure to start this game.
Yeah, I love how they answered my call. I specifically said, hey, they're getting pushed around a bit, but they've shown up here midway through this drive.
As the officials blow this one dead here, we'll see. Might be one of those patented warnings for the center, being careful not to pick it up, but looks like they're going to discuss here. As it is the officials giving their warning to the centers, just being careful, make sure not to pick the ball up and move it forward.
Nice catch there, Chris.
So 2nd and 15, Leon takes the snap. He's going to look to throw to his right, gets this one away to Hagel over the middle, and that's going to be a big first down as he keeps on his feet, and there it is, just as we talked about.
Very similar play call as on the first drive of the game on 2nd and 20, where they said, you know what, we're going to try to get Hagel down the seam. That's against the cover 3 defense of Manitoba, so there is a hole there. It's a good play call, a good pitch and catch. Big play for Team BC in this first quarter.
Liam Irvin Jansen eventually bringing Hagel down, but that's going to set up Team BC on the 13-yard line here. 1st and 10, looking to punch this one early in the first quarter.
Aloha from Hawaii to you as well, Eric.
So Jan has 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to take that snap, hand it off inside this time, makes 1 cut, and gets a few yards there. Nice run on first down.
Yeah, that's Caden O'Dwyer. He carried the ball as much as his quarterback because Pat Leon also carried the ball a lot last game, but he had 7 carries last game, already has 2 or 3 today, if I'm not mistaken. Tough runner.
Yeah, Dwyer started off this drive with a nice run, and we'll see here if they look to maybe give it to him again. It's going to be 2nd and about 5 here, so run-pass situation, they could go either way.
Yeah, don't be surprised to see Pat Leon maybe here on a little bit of a read type of play. He's capable of throwing and passing.
Leon will have O'Dwyer and Joel in the backfield with him to start this 2nd down. Leon's going to take the snap. He will just hand it off to O'Dwyer off the left side, and O'Dwyer keeps his feet moving, runs into a Team Manitoba D lineman. We'll see where they spot this one. I think it's going to be 3rd and it's short.
Yeah, the officials are indicating 3rd down. It's a good job by the front 7 on Team Manitoba there to make sure that BC can't just punch it in. It is 3rd and 1, and I believe they'll be going for it here, Chris.
Number 90, Ramsey Miller out of Oak Park there with the stop. So big 3rd down here in the shadow of Team Manitoba's end zone. They've had success running the ball here. I expect them maybe to look to go to O'Dwyer or Joel once again. So Leon takes a snap, split back, takes the QB draw up the middle, and he will move the chains for a first down. The Team Manitoba was celebrating like they stopped it, but from our angle, it sure looked like he got that yard.
Look, I'm making assumptions here, but I think Team Manitoba thought it was 3rd and goal. The offense was about to run on, and it was only 3rd and 1. So, yeah, Team BC gets the first down there, and now they're looking at 1st and goal from the 3.
We'll see here. It looks like they might call the sticks in to measure this one.
Don't know if a measurement will be necessary. It was a gain of about 3 yards there on 3rd and 1.
Yeah,
just
so
a bit of confusion, I think, on the field.
Pat Leon being sent to the sideline to talk to his coaching staff here. We'll see. We've talked about how this is the first tournament, amateur football tournament in Canada that allows the coaches and quarterbacks to, coach to quarterback communication via the headsets in the helmet.
Yeah, and it's been interesting. It's tough for us to really know how much or how little communication there is. We did see a few delay game penalties in those first games. Early in the games, we made the assumption maybe coaches are taking their time or talking too much, but those kind of things, when there's new technology, and new tactics, I should say, that are involved.
Turnover on downs, first down, Manitoba.
I am, we'll interrupt that train of thought to say, it's a turnover on downs. So what I thought was a gain of 3, I think where we might have been wrong is it might have not been 3rd and 1, it might have been 3rd and 3.
Yeah, so, good job by that Team Manitoba defense. They, credit to them, they knew they stopped them, and sure enough, after that spot, that's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, I think we just marked it wrong on our end, thinking it was 3rd and 1 from the 6, but clearly the sticks were on the 3-yard line, so it's first down Manitoba on their own 3.
Yeah, it was 1st and 10 on the 13, so, it's a little surprising on that one, but Team Manitoba's going to take over here. And they'll be happy to do that. Hand it off inside to Hayward, and he just gets a few yards on that first down.
Okay, well, big stop for Manitoba. Now they got a chance to, although deep in their own end, they got a chance to take control again and avoid being down 7-0 early.
So we'll see, tough spot here, 2nd and 6. Obviously, Team Manitoba wanting to move the chains here to make sure they have a chance to obviously get out of their own end zone and maybe give themselves a chance to punt here if they have to. But Jaworski's going to take this snap here. Quickly look to pass to his right, and that's going to be dropped. Tough catch on the play, though, intended for number 1, Tristan Channer.
Yeah, Tristan Channer had a chance at it. It would have been a big first down for Manitoba. Now they got a decision to make. Are we punting or giving up 2? What's the right call here, Coach?
I think the Team Manitoba defense is playing pretty good. They obviously gave up a big drive there, but forced a turnover on downs. So I think at this point in the game, I would give up the safety, take the field position.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, there's no wrong decision. But yeah, it's perhaps what Coach Alexievich will decide to do. Hello, Grandma and Uncle from Carmen, Manitoba. Thanks for joining the chat. Love to hear from you guys and where you're from, where you're watching from, and who you're cheering on.
So Ethan Merrow takes that snap, and he will just take a knee and give BC a 2-0 lead here. So Team Manitoba defense makes a stop on 3rd down. Still happy with the result.
Yeah, they got to feel good about getting that turnover deep in their own end. It's a gamble that makes sense for BC to go for it and not kick a field goal. I think that's reasonable. You want to get 7 points, and if you do that a few times in a game, you'll get it once in a while and you'll score. But yeah, Team Manitoba takes advantage of it, gives up 2 in exchange for about 65 yards-ish of field position. Not a bad trade-off, and here comes BC's offense once again. Yeah,
so Team BC will start 1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line, left hash, as Pat Leon leads this offense onto the field once again. We talked about how Leon's a lefty throwing, lefty punter. So maybe some challenges for that Manitoba defense if it's not something you see regularly as well.
You're right. Anything that's uncommon in football can be challenging if you don't see it in practice. Can create a bit of different angles for the defenders.
Leon motions his receivers in. Quick screen pass to the right, that time to Joe Hall. But great job by the Team Manitoba defense making the stop in the backfield, led by number 5, Thomas Pizarro Solar.
They are all over that running back screen.
Yeah, quickly in the backfield. It's going to be a loss on the play here. And, we've seen BC have some success now with that deep throw on that previous drive to Hagel. So we'll see if they look to the seams once again here. Yeah,
Manitoba has played a lot of cover 3, which creates a cushion deep, but also leaves some seams open. That's what BC has been trying to exploit. So let's see if there's a change in play call here or not.
So Pat Leon in the gun, sees a running back motion out there, coming back over the middle. He will look to his left, quickly to number 5, and that's complete. And he's going to be stopped short of the first down. That's complete by number 5, Ryder Altwasser, sorry. So it's going to be 3rd down, Olivier. I wouldn't be surprised to see Team BC go for this.
Yeah, it is decision time. I mean, they're moving the ball well, so they could. I mean, obviously the trade-off here is giving the ball deep in their own end zone back to Manitoba, but yeah.
As they do sub a couple players on, Team BC lining up to go for this one on 3rd and 3. Leon's got split back in the backfield. See if they do that QB draw once again, and they will. This time he takes it off the right side, and he will move the change this time for a BC first down.
Yeah, and one of the good and intelligent thing with a quarterback run is that you get a numbers advantage, right? So in the run game, when the quarterback hands the ball off to the running back, the quarterback himself becomes eliminated from the play, right? He's not participating, he just gave the ball. But if his running back instead is blocking for him, it's almost like you've gained one person to the point of attack. So those quarterback runs on 3rd and short when everybody knows you're running, it's an intelligent play call with the BC offense. And when you have a quarterback who's tough enough to run the ball like that, it's a great tool to have.
Yeah, BC offense not hiding their intentions there. Same formation, that split back, and running backs motioning up early. And QB draw, again, we thought they got it on that last drive. This time they do. Leon keeps his feet moving and gets a big first down.
Hello, Josh from Winnipeg, cheering Liam. That's awesome. And Nana Ronda is here as well from Winnipeg.
Love it. Keep the comments coming.
Cheering on number 66.
So BC is going to have a first down on the 52-yard line. Switching halves here. BC leading just 2-0 over Manitoba here. Great first quarter of football as they break the huddle.
Good first quarter so far. Score 2-0.
Looks like it's going to be procedure here as the official throws his flag. And it will be a procedure call, so that's going to put them back 5 yards, make it 1st and 15. Some early movement on the left side. Leon breaks the huddle. Receivers motion up. Leon takes a snap. He's got a running back on that swing route, but this time he looks to his right, and he finds Cody Hagel once again for another good gain, and it's going to make it 2nd and manageable.
Yeah, they're having good success getting the ball to Hagel. We said that's what they needed to do today. We wanted to see more targets his way. He's a great receiver for Team BC.
We see number 2, McCry Long, in on the tackle, the player of the game for the Team Manitoba defense. He had a heck of a game the other day against Team Saskatchewan. So, 2nd and 6 here for BC on the right hash. Leon, 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to take that snap. He's going to look to throw. He's going to roll out to his left, and we'll see if he decides to keep this one. Throws it over the middle, finds a receiver wide open. That's number 13, and that's going to move the chains. A nice job by Ryan Rebegladi moving the chains. He also had his field wide open on the sideline. I thought he saw him when he started booting out. They would have had probably an easy touchdown. He's it's tough for us because we don't know what his read progression is, where his eyes should be, but he had a wide open receiver there on the sideline. He chose to do the throw across his body, but nice throw on the play. Reminds me of that play at the end of the CFL game on Thursday night to seal it for the Riders. Hard throw going across your body there, but Leon does a great job. As we see receiver motion in this time, he hands it off to the left side to number 20. That's Caden O'Dwyer. Keeps his feet moving and gets a few yards on that first down. Another strong drive by Team BC. They have 0 on the board, but they've been playing very well offensively. Number 10, Griffin Bramwell out of Oak Park, in on the tackle there for Team Manitoba. 2nd and 5 coming up here. We've seen Team BC be able to run and pass here. They're not sticking to one or the other. So Pat Leon will take the snap, this time hand it off to Number 13 off the right side, and a big hit on the play. Gets knocked off his feet. That's number 13, Ryan Rebigliotti. Had that catch for that first down a couple plays ago. Tackled by number 99, Jackson Fury.
That's Jackson Fury celebrating the big hit, and that's good. I mean, they're trying to hold back this BC offense. As we're breaking action here for a player taking a knee.
Yes, number 10, Griffin Bramwell down for Team Manitoba.
We can give our shout-outs to Jace Bandman and Oliver Kendall. Cheering on Alex Haywood as well. Lots of fans in the chat. We love seeing that. Over 300 people tuning in right now to watch the game.
Great turnout for game 1 here of 2. Bronze medal game between Team BC, Team Manitoba. These athletes had the chance to attend the Rider game here on Thursday night. We were there ourselves. It was awesome to see the teams walking around the concourse in the stands having fun. They unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to hold the flags on the field because of a lightning delay, but I bet they still had a great time at the Rider game.
No, they sure did. We saw them get together. So, one team with the other one, trying to start the wave in the corner. So they were having fun and interacting between provinces. And that's part of the fun of these tournaments as well, right? You compete, but you're also making friends that maybe you'll meet later on in your U Sport journey or CJFL journey or, later in life. So it's kind of nice for these athletes to get a chance to spend some time away from competing on that Thursday evening.
So it will be 1st and 10, ball on the 25-yard line, right in the middle of the hashes. Pat Leon is going to take that snap. He's going to do the quick toss to his left to Dwyer. He's going to take that off the left side. Has some nice blocks. Finally brought down there. Great play design by Team BC.
We talk about Cody Hagel as a receiver, number 6 catching the ball, but what a block. He came inside the box here, sealed his defender in. Fantastic job blocking by the smaller statured receiver who seems to be elusive and quick, but I guess he's tough too, isn't he?
Taking on 2 blocks there, including number 99, Jackson Fury, who's not a small player at all. Great job by Hagel, showing that he can do it in the run game and in the air. So first down here. 1st and goal on ball on the 6-yard line for Team BC. Pat Leon, he's going to take that snap, quick handoff to the right side, and that one's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. That's number 7, Tristan Friedis-Thompson, having a good game so far.
Yeah, and Manitoba has been putting in some good plays together. They need 2 in a row to get their stop, right, or maybe 3 in a row in this spot on the field, assuming Team BC will go for it on 3rd down. But yeah, they've been holding down the fort so far. Bend don't break. And looking at perhaps get another stop here, maybe force a decision on 3rd and medium.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see BC roll out with Leon to his left. Obviously, being a left-handed quarterback, a little bit easier to throw. He's got the wheels that if he decides to run, he is dangerous in that game as well. As he lines up this time, he's going to roll to his right and look to throw. And he has a receiver, but just misses it off the fingertips. He had Hagel in the end zone open as well.
So here's that 3rd and 6 situation from the 6. Do you go for it here or do you kick a field goal?
They are going to sub on quite a few bodies here. It looks like they might be going for a field goal. Olivia, I tried to guess it. I guessed rollout to the left. They went to the right. A little bit of a tougher throw there for a left-handed quarterback.
Yeah, and maybe that's part of the play call as well, is to say that, okay, they're going to anticipate us rolling to the left, so we'll, have it maybe play call something that stops that, and BC goes the opposite way, but unfortunately falls incomplete for them. So
3rd and goal as Pat Leon stays in to attempt this field goal. He can do everything. We've seen Team BC run some fakes in the past. This maybe an obvious chance where they might do one. We don't expect it here, but not something to forget about with Team BC. And that field goal attempt is good, and that will give BC a 5-0 lead here over Team Manitoba with 7 minutes left here in the first half. Thank you to those watching on YouTube. Yes, we had a correction on the roster that we had here in front of us. Number 5 is actually Miles Girardin. So thank you for giving us a heads up on that. We appreciate it. As Team Manitoba is going to choose to take the ball on the 35-yard line, left hash to start this drive here. 7 minutes left. 1-score game still, Olivier.
Yeah, good game so far.
So, Jack Jaworski out of Murdoch, McKay Collegiate in at quarterback still. Takes the snap, quickly throws to his right, has a receiver open. hits that, and he just gets tripped up on the play there. That is number 6, Chanel Nicassi, and going to be a short gain on the play, maybe a yard or two.
Yeah, good motion there, trying to get him open. I thought it was good play design, good blocking by Braden Sinclair as well, the wideout position. Second and long.
Yeah, so actually ended up getting a couple more yards than I thought on that. So it's going to be 2nd and 6, ball in the right hash for Jaworski. He's spread this one around a little bit. He's not really going to one receiver so far today.
No, and as I look at his stats from last game, there's 9 different receivers were targeted, and the receiver with the most catches has 2. So it really tells you he's spreading it around as best as he can as he looks for Ryan Martin on that one, who was his receiver with 2 catches last game. But that one falls incomplete and forces a punt.
So we'll see Ethan Merrill come out to punt this one away for Team Manitoba. In a tournament like this, Olivier, you don't have a ton of time to practice special teams. Of course, there's a lot going on. Teams are a little bit more simpler. Do you think teams have the fakes installed, something they're looking to do?
If so, they're on the simplistic side of things. Normally as a special teams coordinator, it's not about the fake that you like, but it's about the opportunity the other team gives you. So if your punt team is similar to the punt team that Team BC played against, let's say last game, you have an idea how they'll line up against you. And then you may be like, okay, we've got an advantage on the edge, or maybe there's an opportunity in the B gap. But it's tough because you don't have that much film on your opponent, and you may have never seen how they line up against your formation. So there's a bit of guesswork as a special teams coordinator in those situations. So, yeah, it is tougher to install fakes. That said, it's the last game of the tournament, so you throw everything you have to try to get an advantage.
You see Merrill here takes this snap, and as we talk about it, I had a feeling, and they're going to push. It's going to be close to a first down. We'll see here. Team Manitoba celebrating like they got it. We'll see where the spot is.
I have a feeling they're an inch short here, but it's a really nice play. They'll likely bring on the sticks and take a look.
Yeah, it is. From our angle here, it looks like it's going to be short, but not by much. We don't always get it right, but once in a while.
Well, I'm happy you said that, and I guessed by talking about the edge versus the B gap, and I didn't say the word pass, so that felt good.
So it will be a turnover on downs, just short of the yards to gain there on that fake. So Pat Leon and his BC offense are going to take over on the 45-yard line.
Now, I applaud Team Manitoba, Coach Sean Olesowicz, who's the head coach, also the special teams coordinator. It's not a bad time in the game to do it. It's early. You're on your own end, so people don't expect it. BC's offense has been playing a little bit better than your offense. So you're going, we'll need to steal a possession somewhere. It's a risk worth taking. They're unfortunately about 4 or 5 inches short of feeling really, really good about that play call.
So it won't be Pat Leon in a quarterback this time. It will be Nicholas Woodger in this time. He will hand it off to the right side, makes a nice cut, but good job by number 10 on that Team Manitoba defense. Griffin Bramwell back from that injury, making a nice play.
And the carry goes to Rubagliati, who had 4 carries last game, so it's nice to see him getting involved early in the second quarter. Chris, I'm just looking at the scoreboard. 5 minutes to go in this first half. It flies by quickly, doesn't it?
It does. I thought of that earlier when I took a peek over there, and I'm like, there's only 7 minutes left. So, 12-minute quarters here in the amateur Canadian timing rules. So this goes real quick as we see Woodger motion in. O'Dwyer comes across, hands it off to him. This time he has a hole, but a good job keeping his feet moving. Ends up getting a few extra yards there. Carter Gillum in on the tackle for Team Manitoba.
Well, 3rd and short. Team BC, if we know anything about them, they're going to be going for this.
Yeah, we see a few subs come on, but it looks like it's maybe a jumbo package as we expect BC to run this one here. 3rd and 2, 4 minutes, 34 seconds left here in the first half. Team BC leading 5-0 in a great game so far. Now,
they don't have Pat Leon in, who in this situation before has carried the ball as a quarterback with extra blockers. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Nicholas Woodger in.
Yeah, as he's got O'Dwyer and Ribagliati in the backfield here. Woodger's going to line up under center for this one. We'll see if they maybe just try and QB sneak this, but it is a long 3rd and 2. Woodger takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Ribagliati, and they're good push by that BCO line, and that's going to move the chains.
I thought Fury might get him here on the edge. He was in a good position, but obviously trailing like that, it's difficult to stop the running back in his track, and the running back does a good job falling forwards for the first down.
Good execution from DBC. We don't see them under center too often, so Woodard doing a nice job there coming in the game. First drive for him. That's going to be another first down. We'll see if they can keep this drive going. He's got Cody Hagel to his left in the slot. O'Dwyer lining up a bit wider outside than normal. Woodard takes a snap. He tosses it to Ribigliotti. This time he's got some room off the left side. Team Manitoba's going to have to make that tackle, and they don't. Ends up getting a few yards on that play.
Again, I'm surprised with the selection of blockers, because I look at Cody Hagel and I go, he's not who I would use to crack inside the box on those tosses, but wow, he's really good at it. Clearly the coaching staff knows that. They've seen him practice. I'm going to give kudos to Hagel as a blocker and to say he's a complete football player.
Evan Geddes out of St. Paul's High School in Winnipeg with the tackle on that play, making it 2nd and 7. Woodard's got a different set of backs in the backfield with him this time. He's going to take that snap. He has some early motion. Quickly looks to his right. He's got pressure behind him, and that's going to be a sack for Team Manitoba. Number 24, Michael Kenny with the nice play.
And Michael Kenny, right on cue as I look at my stats from last game, was the leading tackler for Team Manitoba. 13 defensive points. For those who don't know, there's a point system. Get an interception, a fumble, or a sack, a tackle for loss, are worth a certain amount of points. Tackles, assisted tackles. He led his team in points. Last game, Michael Kenny, the linebacker, making a great play. Yeah,
as unfortunately on that sack, we see Nicholas Woodard down with an injury. We saw his helmet come off. It looks like when he landed, his helmet just came off there, so we hope that Woodard is okay as we see the medical staff there looking after him. Libby, as we hit the 3-minute warning, 1-score game, very close game so far.
Yeah, it really is, and BC here perhaps attempting a field goal. They make it, it's 8-0, still a 1-score game. It's still anybody's game. I think BC's offense have shown some really good things from a yardage point of view. They've been really good on the ground. The few times they went in the air, they found Hagel, in those seams. They're playing well, but Manitoba's finding a way to stay in this thing. Give himself a real chance.
Yeah, as we see Woodger walk off under his own power, which is great to see. Training staff doing a great job at this tournament.
40-yard field goal attempt. This is a long-range field goal at this level of football. Nothing against the kickers or the athletes, but it's not an easy kick. So we've got the lefty Pat Leon out to go and try this.
Lucas
a miss gives an opportunity for Manitoba to return, right? Lots of grass. Opportunity. A make is a nice confidence booster for Team BC going up 8-0, or are we looking at an obvious fake situation from 40 yards out?
Well, it's interesting. We see Team Manitoba called a timeout, and now they're subbing on. It looks like 4 to 5 players here, so maybe didn't like who they had out there for this field goal. Maybe have a dedicated field goal defend team, as we now see Tristan Channer head back there. He's their main returner.
Which is surprising. You talked about special teams coordinators, short tournaments. Do they have a lot of things up their sleeve? To have a dedicated field goal defend team is rare.
Yeah.
I mean, even at the U18 level, even in international IFAF competition, we often see the defense just stay on. So this is interesting. I mean, obviously they're well prepared on Manitoba's side on special teams.
We saw Pat Leon practicing some kicks there during this timeout here, so we'll see. I didn't notice his leg strength on that extra point. We obviously have the RMF head office building there in the back, so we'll see if Leon can punch this one through. If not, we'll see Tristan Channer try and return it.
There's a big opportunity here either way for both teams.
So Pat Leon steps back, gets some nice distance on this kick, and it's going to be just to the right. He misses. As Channer comes, he's got some room on that right side. He's going to have to make some players miss. Does a nice job getting that return to about the 28-yard line.
It's not a bad attempt. Clearly Pat Leon has the leg strength. He missed that field goal by a yard maybe to his right. But again, when you take a long field goal, it's a long way for your cover unit, who is mostly comprised of larger bodies, offensive linemen usually, to go and try to cover the long kick. So good job on Manitoba bringing this all the way back to almost the 25-yard line.
Yeah, good job by number 2, Shea Simkin, on the tackle. It's not an easy job with that much space out there for Team BC. So limits the damage on that missed field goal, and Team Manitoba will take over. Ball on the 24-yard line here as we see Jaworski take the snap. Jet motion coming across. Looks to his left. Quickly gets this one away to number 11, Hayward. And he's going to try and break a tackle there. Keeps his feet moving. Good pursuit there by BC, but a nice play for Manitoba.
Yeah, I love the play design. Lots of movement, lots of motion. What's interesting is you've got a motion in front of the other, so the DB's in a tough position to cover everybody immediately. So the quick dump off works really well in that situation.
Jai Paul Baines on the tackle there for Team BC, but that will be a first down for Team Manitoba. As we are now in the 3-minute timing rules. Jaworski looks to pass, looks quickly to his left, gets that away to number 80, and that's complete there. It's going to be close. He keeps his feet moving. Nice job by Ryan Martin for another first down here.
Team Manitoba's offense coming alive here in the 3 minutes. This is the beauty of football. They weren't very dominant in the first quarter, I didn't think, or even early in the second, but all they need is one solid drive to take a lead going to the halftime.
Yeah, we see number 14, Caleb Mills, big 6-foot cornerback. He had a pick in day one there, making the tackle. But that will be a first down as Jaworski here motions receivers towards the line of scrimmage, takes a pass, looks to his right that time, gets some pressure, has to roll out, throws that across his body, does a good job to complete that. Number 22, Aiden Stringer with the tackle.
Yeah, I was thinking number 22 was coming in there, had a chance at a big hit. He makes a secure tackle, forces a 2nd and 7-ish for Team Manitoba. But again, good job by Pat Jaworski coming alive here late in the second quarter.
So, coming down to 2 minutes left in the first half here. 2nd and 8 for Jaworski. Hayward behind him. Jaworski, empty backfield now, takes a snap, quickly looks to his left, over the middle to number 6, and that's a great play on defense there, forcing an incompletion.
Really good play by the free safety coming across there and forcing a Team Manitoba punt with 1:49 left on the clock here in the second quarter. Yeah, fantastic defensive play there.
Yeah, Jai Paul Baines and number 12, Trey Adler, in on that coverage for Team BC defense, forcing a 3rd and long now for Manitoba, and BC is going to have a chance to put some points up before the end of the first half.
We got some fans cheering on Caden O'Dwyer from Team BC. Corey, we see you. And Oma cheering on your boy Jason.
Ethan Merrill takes this snap here. Nice snap on the play. Punts to his right. That's going to land at about the 39-yard line. Picked up off the bounce there. Nice job by the returner. Breaks one tackle, and Team BC will start at around the 44-yard line.
And there's a not so smart play by Team BC. Number 7 is going to get penalized there, 15 yards at 1:34 to go. Yeah, some pushing in the back late in the play, somebody already on the ground. We don't want to see that.
Yeah, looked up and like you mentioned, as you were talking about it, saw a bit of a scuffle there after the play. So this will hurt Team BC's chances here of putting some points up.
You and I, we don't like the scuffles. I'm sorry to point it out so much, but it's not something you want to have in the game, right? You want to keep it clean. You want to make sure you're always helping your team out and not the opposite.
Yeah, as we see the officials get together here. It's great to see head coach of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Corey Mace, here watching this game with his son and his family after a big win on Thursday night, supporting amateur Canadian football.
He really is a player's coach, I'm told. Somebody that the athletes love, they can relate to. And just seeing him out here enjoying a hot dog with the family, watching U16 football at Leibel Field, I love it.
We saw a couple of the Saskatchewan Roughriders here watching the games the other day. Jamarcus Hardwick, Logan Furland, a local boy, played for the Regina Thunder. It's great to see them supporting amateur football.
It is. They give a lot back to the community. I think they're known for it. The Saskatchewan Rough Rider Foundation also giving a ton of money to amateur sport. I think I can say without being wrong, they give more amateur sport than any other CFL franchise does, and I think it makes a big difference in province of Saskatchewan, whether it's the young women's female football program all the way to the elite club. They contribute, tens of thousands of dollars yearly to those programs and make a big difference.
Yeah, Nicholas Woodger back in after that injury, which is great to see. Hands it off to O'Dwyer, but stopped very quickly at the line of scrimmage there, and that's going to be no gain on the play.
Brought down by number 99, Jackson Fury.
This game is starting to be physical. We see some O-line, D-linemen 10, 15 yards down the field, getting up and giving each other a tap in the back, basically saying, good job, fellow gladiator. They're working hard out there.
Speaking of Corey Mace, I don't think he'll hide who he's cheering for. Born in Port Moody, BC, he's a BC guy, so he's not wearing the orange, but definitely cheering for his home province, which is nothing wrong with that. So Woodger has two backs in the backfield, 2nd and 9. Takes the snap, looks to throw to his right, has a receiver open on that slant, but thrown at the feet. It is caught there. A great catch on the play by Nolan James.
3rd and a yard with a minute left in the half in your own end. Are you going for this, Chris?
They're going for it, yep. I think they have shown, maybe I'm wrong in saying that as we see some motion on the sideline there. Maybe just wanting to make sure where they're at and how long this is. It's a bit longer than thought originally, so we'll see what BC decides to do here.
Is this a situation where you put your offense out there, you try to make the other team jump? If they don't, you can always call a timeout with a second left. You can even take a delay game penalty, or false start, I should say. Sorry, not a delay game penalty, but a false start, a procedure. Do you do that and just punt anyways, but you take that chance instead of getting your punt team out there right away?
I think Pat Leon's got a big enough leg here that if they decide to do that again in Canadian amateur football, you can't take your timeouts with you after the half. So they still have one. They could try and draw Manitoba offside, like you mentioned, and get a first down here, as we do see a timeout called here as Woodger coming back onto the field. It looks like they're going to go for this one. So teams break the huddle after that timeout. As we see the crowd getting into this one outside, which is awesome. Woodger motions the receiver. He's going to take this one in the gun. He's going to turn, hand it off to O'Dwyer. Has to break a tackle in the backfield, but he will, and he's going to move the chains for a first down.
Manitoba had a chance at him. It would have been a big turnover with 1 minute to go, but instead Team BC takes the gamble, does well with it, gives him this chance to get into scoring range before the half.
So time running here once it's whistled in, 58 seconds left here in the first half as the official blows it in. Pat Leon back in at quarterback now for Team BC as he takes a snap, looks to his right, and that was just going to fall incomplete, intended for number 88, Nolan James.
A little bit of confusion from the receiver. You see them talk to each other after the play. They're both in the same area. Not sure if there was a route confusion or a play call confusion, but that one falls incomplete.
So 2nd and 10 is Leon back in here now after that first down by Woodger.
2nd and 10, do you have to go to your true tested Cody Hagel?
Honestly, I was thinking that if I'm a DC here, I'm thinking they're going to throw a seam pass to Hagel here. As we see number 4, Evan Geddes, he's having a nice game so far. And Pat Leon's going to look to throw. This time he's going to take the other seam that time. And a nice job by the Manitoba DB there. I believe that's number 23 with the knockdown, Olivier Kendall, and almost picked on the play.
Yeah, and it's it's a cover 3 type of look. It's a 4 vertical play from BC, so they look one way. They like the seam they saw to try to fit it in, but yeah, Manitoba defense holds down the fort. They're going to get the ball back with maybe 40-ish, 35 seconds-ish remaining in this half. Good job keeping this a one-score game.
So, 44 seconds left as Leon will punt this one away.
We talked about Hagel a lot. They went to Steele Law. Steele Law was the player with the most targets last game. He's a good receiver and almost had that big play for them.
Leon takes that snap. A lot of pressure this time, but gets it away. It'll land. Oh, that's going to be a no yards call there. As good job by the returner to get some hands on that while the BC defender was right in his face.
Yeah. And not a bad time to take a no yards penalty. You're making sure that there's no big return here with 30 seconds to go. So, yeah, they'll go up a few yards here, but you're okay with that as a coach or as a special teams coordinator in that situation.
So Manitoba's going to have just over 30 seconds left here to see if they can make something happen. We'll see if Jaworski maybe looks to air it out here deep a few times, try and get in a field goal position.
Shout out number 56, Tavon Desjardins, who was hurt in the first game for Team Manitoba, but he's out there with his teammates cheering them on. Team Manitoba suffering from a few injuries. They have 2 defensive backs down. They've got 4 players not dressed today. Shorter roster for them. Tougher to manage for sure.
So Jaworski will be in at quarterback here. Takes a snap, looks to his right, quickly throws, complete. Short on the right side there. Good job by the BC defensive backs, as there's a late flag. This might be moving up 15.
If they are moving up 15, they'll be at midfield with 26 seconds to go. It's very much within reach. The Manitoba could line up for a field goal or score a touchdown before the end of this half. So it's a big penalty.
We'll see as the officials get together to talk about this one. And it is going up 15 yards. Face mask on the play.
So they'll be cross midfield here, about 53-ish yards to go to the end zone with 26 seconds. And they still have a timeout.
Yeah, and that penalty is going to stop the clock as well. So Jaworski, ball just over center field, takes a snap. He's going to have some pressure in his face. Gets that one away, though. Nice catch on the play by Ryan Martin. Brought down by Mills right away, and that's going to be second down.
Ryan Martin, their leading receiver, makes a big catch. The clock is stopped at 20 seconds and will start again on the official signal. As it does now.
Jaworski takes the snap. Good job getting that snap off real quickly. Again, has pressure. Hits his receiver once again out of time, but that's going to be picked up and caught and fumbled on the play. They're going to call that a catch and fumble, and we'll see what the flag is here, though.
Yeah, the challenge at offensive line number 65, I think, got caught there for unnecessary roughness a little bit late, I believe. Yeah, it is coming back. That's going to hurt Team Manitoba and likely result in a 5-0 score at the half. The signal was holding on number 65 from Team Manitoba, but either way, it's coming back.
So a good job by that receiver to pick that one up and get some yards there. He close to an incomplete catch there, but
an incomplete catch?
Incomplete catch, that's right. Yeah, contradict myself. But either way, it's now second and long. Only 6 seconds left here. Probably the last play of the half. We'll see Jaworski's arm strength. Maybe if they look to just get a quick screen out, get some blockers in front, or just throw it up and try and make something happen. So they're going to just hand it off. We see a puller there this time come across to Haywood. He gets a few yards on the play, and that's going to bring us not to the end of the half. Still 2 seconds left here.
And, you know, Jesse Anderson getting caught with that hold, he's been playing so well. I had my eyes on him when they played against Team Saskatchewan a few days ago, and he's one of those players. He just plays so tough and aggressive. He's a fantastic O-lineman and just got unlucky on the timing of that penalty.
Olin Johansson-Paw in on the tackle for BC, as it is now the last play of the first half here, pending a penalty, as Jaworski, he's going to take this snap. He's going to look to hand it off. Flags down on both sides. Going to be offside on someone.
Handoff goes to Alex Haywood.
Yeah, and what we're likely going to see here is a penalty decline, correct? And then we're going to go to half?
I think so. I think these teams have shown that they're happy to just get into the half here.
Well, keep the comments going. Get some snacks and refreshment for halftime. We'll do the same on our end.
That's right.
Unless I said that too early, do we have one more play?
Well, it looks like they're going to it's going to be an offside, and it looks like Team Manitoba is going to take that penalty and take another chance here. Maybe we'll see if they look to throw it here now. Ball at the 50.
Offside on Team BC. See, this is where I was wrong.
So we'll try this again here. Last play pending a penalty. Do you think Jaworski maybe looks to try and get a deep shot here on this one?
Well, they seem to have given up on the idea of scoring by just running the ball, but
not sure exactly what happened there. Maybe,
but the penalty is declined.
Yeah. Either way, you know what? That's going to bring us to the end of the first half, as Team BC leads Team Manitoba 5-0 here at day 2 in the bronze medal game of the 2024 U16 Western Challenge.
been a rocky road. Been busy like the chef on windy hills at the Papados. Still grinding like it's pops and O's. I'm off the coast, still solo hit my line when the deal is closed. Being there, mindset, yeah, goes. It's up, we just get the walk. Swore, pink slips in the D's, yeah, we live for those. Lube them up with the grease, like a Mykonos. Can't lie, it's been a cold war. I've been busy like a chef at Thanksgiving. Still grinding like it's a God, all of this that hustle. I've been on fire recently, tell like a holiday when the deal is closed. Can't lie, it's been a rocky road. Been busy like the chef on windy hills at the Papados. Still grinding like it's pops and O's. I'm off the coast, tell solo hit my line when the deal is closed. Being there, mindset, yeah, goes. It's up, we just get the walk. Swore, pink slips in the D's, yeah, we live for those. Lube them up with the grease, like we need those. Can't lie, it's been a rocky road. Been busy like the chef on windy hills at the Papados. Still grinding like it's pops and O's. I'm off the coast, tell solo hit my line when the deal is closed. Being there, mindset, yeah, goes. It's up, we just get the walk. Swore, pink slips in the D's, yeah, we live for those. Lube them up with the grease, like a Mykonos. Rob the dope game crook, I might write a book. 100 deep in Magic City, I had shook. 9 beef for 5 bands, I had hooks. No, Frankie Beverly and Manny, yeah, that one thing that never took was nothing. Even when I had the duct tape was stuffing. 100 bricks in 7 days, thought I was bluffing. 92 sold, the other 8 I'm stuffing. What we talk, pots of blacks, this or that. Differences, cap for cap, actual facts. Got it, had the Vegas black. Wasn't locking up, told him bring it back. Got more songs with Jay-Z than Big and Small. $500,000 on the verse, hit it in the walls. Got the penthouse, my neighbors think I'm playing ball. Swear to God, they thought they knew my name was John Wall. I'm famous, sipping on Camus. Sell companies and LLCs remain nameless. Mine counting on 24-hour call. Got it popping like a 24-hour mall. Sports agency, 99, all player. Street, Mike sign a ball player. Hard to hear, I done told y'all. Wintertime, the only time the snow fall. Yeah, Rory, white on white. It ain't hard to tell. With them Georgia plates, all I feel is jail. Masterpiece rolling, yeah, I got it with the scale. Everybody looking, yeah, my top just failed. All they hear and look, I done told y'all. Playing blind, but I'ma show y'all. Masterpiece rolling, yeah, I got it with the scale. Everybody looking, yeah, my top just failed. But there's no signal above the city. So we came back to restore the field. Quality street music. Snowfall.
Catching the beats, we are the
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of our bronze medal game here. Team BC leading Team Manitoba 5-0, and it's been a great game so far. A couple defensive stands on both sides, and offense is making some nice plays, Olivier. We're looking forward to the second half.
Yeah, it's been really enjoyable. What you want are close games like this, right? So this is fun. Our booth friends here who are taking the stats got some stuff for us, so let's rattle off quickly as this opening kickoff is about to take place. First downs, 9-4 in favor of BC. Rushing, 84-28 in favor of BC. And passing, 80-43 in favor of BC. So 164 yards of offense on one side, 75 on the other. It's not super dominant one way or another, but we did see BC have an edge. They're only up 5-0, so Manitoba made their big plays count when they needed to keep this game close. All you need now is one big play from Team Manitoba, and they have the lead.
Yeah, they'll start here. Ball on the 34-yard line after number 9, Matthew Sychuk. Gets that short kick, does a nice job catching it in the air, and didn't want to Dan Connolly it, which I respect. He just took what he got and gives his offense the ball.
No shades of Dan Connolly on that kickoff return.
That's right. As we see Jaworski back in at quarterback with number 11, Alex Haywood behind him. Motion across his face. Jaworski takes the snap, hands it off to Haywood. Flag on the play, likely coming back.
I'll keep rattling off the stats here. Jaworski, impressive. 7 of 11 in this first half for 43 yards. So decent completion percentage, much better than this first game against Team Sask. So that's been a bright spot for them. Haywood has rushed 5 times for 22. In total, 6 rushes for 28 for Team Manitoba. Not bad. They're doing a good job with that. As we're looking at likely a 1st and 20.
Looks like the Team BC will decide to decline that penalty as there is a short loss on the play. So they're going to choose 2nd and long instead of 1st and 20.
I see the chat got lively there. Great comment. Mr. River.
Jaworski takes a snap, looks to his right, flags down, early motion on this one.
Going against Team Manitoba here, Chris?
Yeah, I expect so. Maybe a procedure call there, blown dead before the play, as we see number 55 celebrating there for the BC defense there on that flag. That's Tyson Kennedy.
Now, difficult for a coordinator, on 1st and 25. What do you do here? Do you try to take a couple of shots to get out there? You haven't been, on 2nd and 15, is it?
Yeah, they declined the holding.
My apologies. On 2nd and 15, perhaps easier than on 1st and 25, play call-wise. You know what you need to get.
So, 2nd and 15, Jaworski takes the snap, looks to throw screen pass this time to Hayward. He's got some blockers in front, cuts in though, and is going to be brought down by number 26, Rowan Badesha. And he had some blockers to his right, but chose to cut that one back in.
Yeah, I want to say the play call was good. Execution wasn't bad either. You got to make a quick decision there as a running back. I like the play call.
So, gain of about 6 on the play. 3rd and 9 coming up as we see Ethan Merrill come on now to punt this one away. We saw Team Manitoba fake a punt earlier in this first half. Unsuccessfully, just stopped short of the 1st down. So Ethan Merrill stands back for this long snap. We see lots of motion. They're going to fake this one once again, maybe an onside punt, and it will be a quick kick to the right. Doesn't get many yards on that, though. They will throw the flag. Either way, this will be a Team BC ball.
The idea is nice, and you talked about is it easy or is it difficult to install a law on special teams? Clearly, Manitoba, it's part of their strategy. They must have spent some time on it. The idea is really nice. The execution just wasn't there on that punt. Needs to travel a little further than what it did. So yeah, no yards will be the call here naturally, and Team BC will take over on downs.
as the officials get together to discuss this. I think, as long as that player was onside, they won't get that no yards call. But either way, BC will take over here on the Team Manitoba side of half.
Now, it's interesting, by rule, a punt that does not cross the line of scrimmage is not considered a punt by rule, so it's considered a live ball, just a fumble. I'm not sure if this one crossed the line of scrimmage or not. If it didn't, I guess no yard's not even a question. If it did, were they onside? But regardless, first down was not gained. This is not like the professional football rules in Canada and the CFL. You do in elementary football need to get past the first down marker if you're going to receive that first down.
Yeah, so they are going to call a no yards call on that. So they either determined the player wasn't onside or there was another player there, but there's a flag on both teams here. Either way, Team BC is going to take over here. They end up moving that one up 5 yards, so they'll start just shy of the 35-yard line.
Well, good field position for Team BC. This is their chance to go up 2 scores and create a bit of distance between them and Team Manitoba. Team Manitoba doing a great job.
You see Pat Leon calling for his offense there, waiting for everyone to come on the field.
Yeah, I stopped my train of thought looking at what's happening on the field, as it looked like Team BC's defense was staying on. I got a bit confused on what was happening, but no, clearly it is first down Team Manitoba.
Yeah, Pat Leon knew what was up. That's right. So as he lines up in at quarterback here, once again in the gun.
And we have another stoppage of play here.
Yeah, waiting for the officials to get back into position. This time it's blown in. Pat Leon takes the snap. He's going to look to throw quickly to his right. Gets a nice ball away and going to be complete that time. Catching it on the ground. That's number 84, Jonah Joel. He's having a good game so far.
That's a 17-yard reception. Very nice play by Team BC. They're clearly in field goal range here at a minimum as they look to add to their lead.
Try and punch this one in, obviously, make it a 2-score game. Pat Leon with a nice ball. He had a shallow defender there. That was Miles Groudon there covering, but just got it over his fingertips. As we see 2 backs in the backfield, Pat Leon looks to throw quickly this time. Has a receiver wide open, and no doubt about it, that's Cody Hagel for the Team BC touchdown.
A wonderful deep corner route. They went to their stud receiver. The man with the plan, Cody Hagel, with a touchdown. It's the second one of the tournament. Pat Leon now 8 of 12 passing for over 100 yards and a touchdown. He's doing a great job, and that's Cody's 4th reception today. He's passed the 55, perhaps 60-yard mark already. Solid performance by the offense.
Yeah, really nice throw by Pat Leon as well, finding Hagel there on a nice route, and that's going to give BC a 2-score lead here. As we see their offense stay on, they're going to go for 2. Thoughts on the 2-point decision, Olivier?
Well, they sure can kick field goals. We saw them attempt a 40-yarder and have the distance. So this is purely based on what they believe is best numbers-wise. Going up 13 is worth much more than up 12, so they're going for it.
As Leon went to Hagel once again, but that time just over his hands, so that will be incomplete and keep this a 11-0 lead for Team BC over Team Manitoba.
11-0, a rare score in football. We've seen today a safety, a field goal, and then a touchdown without a convert.
It's one of the beauties of Canadian football is you can pretty much end up with any score with the our good old Rouge. But, entertaining game. Team Manitoba offense has to get something going here.
They do, and they just got to find a way to break a long one and kind of get back into it. Team BC has had the edge so far, not 50 yards at a time, but by running 6-7 yards and just having long, sustainable drives and having field position in their favor for most of this game so far.
As we see Tristan Channer back there for Team Manitoba, as well as number 6, Chanel Nikiasi. As BC will kick this one away. Short kick, going for that onside kick. I saw there was a different kicker in there, and Team Manitoba is going to end up falling on that one. Their front line did a nice job blocking the kicker. That was number 13 trying to get that, Ryan Rebagliati, but Team Manitoba is going to end up with it.
I love the special teams coaching. They've clearly talked about on Manitoba's side, your frontline defender, your job is to go and block and allow somebody else on your team to recover that ball instead of turning around and trying to get it yourself. Clearly they got the message, did a great job with it, recovering an onside kick. It was an unexpected situation for an onside kick, so it's a great call by Team BC taking a chance, but Manitoba just played it very well.
Yeah, not usually Pat Leon's the one doing the kickoffs, but that's going to give Manitoba good field position to start this drive just before half. As they've got a different quarterback in now this time, and he has to run over Hayward in the backfield, but runs into his own guy and finally brought down, led on defense by number 4, Mackay Clements.
That's Alex Britton. He got some playing time last game as well, completed 3 passes for 51 yards, and now we see him in the game here early in the third quarter.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion in the backfield there. We saw him run into his running back, and almost lucky to not lose more on that, but they'll take it here 2nd and 15 now. Britton in the gun, motions his receiver forward, empty back set now, looks to throw, looks to Hayward over the middle. That's tipped at the line, and that's going to fall incomplete.
A late flag is thrown as well in the secondary. See how this affects.
We'll see if this is maybe a legal contact or PI call. However, if it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, that will nullify that penalty, as we see the officials discuss here. They are going to call it a legal contact, so must have been before that tip.
Means it would have to happen extremely quickly,
yeah,
given the fact the ball got tipped fairly quick on a quick 3-step drop pass.
So that's going to move the ball up 10 yards. It's not an automatic first down on illegal contact. So now, instead of 2nd and 14, we've got 2nd and 4. Team Manitoba is going to try and take advantage of that. Alex Britton in at quarterback here in this drive, his first drive of the day. We've seen Cassie motion across. Britton takes the snap, hands off inside to Hayward. Nice cut on the play, breaks the tackle, keeps his feet going. He's not going to be stopped. Finally brought down just over the 40-yard line.
Alex Hayward doing, what he's here to do. Big play by Team Manitoba taking advantage of that penalty. They needed a big drive. We're talking about getting back in this game. Can they have a big play, something to put them back in? And this is in part what they need to do. Now they got to sustain this for another 40 yards and make this game a one-score game again.
So ball placed right on the 40-yard line. Hayward in the backfield, still behind number 3, Alex Britton, out of Vincent Massey Collegiate in Winnipeg. McCassie motions across once again. Britton takes the snap. This time looks quickly, throws to his right. Nice throw on that slant. Breaks one tackle, cuts up. That is number 12. That is Braden Sinclair, I believe his first catch of the day. Nice play on that. Sorry, not his first.
Sinclair's second catch of the day, now has 4 receptions during the tournament, and yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job. And Sinclair has been their guy on offense so far, this tournament, and Hayward is their guy on the ground. Expect them to keep doing more of the same.
So Britton stays in the gun. We've seen Cassie come across a few times now, as he does once again here. Britton takes the snap, hands it off to Hayward. Breaks one cut on the right side, but stopped right away. Nice job by that BC defense, led by number 4, Mackay Clements.
Now 3rd and 3, down 11. I think you're still thinking here, let's just go for it. Let's try to get closer to the end zone and take our chances. We need a big score.
Yeah, big play here. We'll see. They've had success on a couple nice throws here short in this game. Those slants are open. We'll see if Team BC maybe plays a little bit more of a press man here. As Britton in the gun with Hayward behind him, motions his receiver this time. It's going to be a pass. That snap is at his knees, has to pick it up and scramble, and he's not going to get that.
Now the only thing that can save Team Manitoba here is that there was an early flag thrown and now a late flag thrown. Perhaps another one. We're seeing some of the stuff we don't want to see after the play.
Yeah, I think they're going to call the BC defender on this one. He started it there from our view up here on the booth. Now, it will be after the play, though, was done.
Correct. So there is a first penalty on in the realm of an offside. If that helps Team Manitoba, it's a first down and then. if it's against Team Manitoba or decline, then you're looking at turnover on downs and then a post-play penalty, which would mean BC ball.
Yeah, lots to talk about here for the officials.
They will congregate.
Great use.
As we try to expand on our vocabulary.
That's right.
And not repeat ourselves too much. That is a big word for me to use as a first language francophone out of New Brunswick.
That's correct. Yeah, we could be doing dual language broadcasts up here. I can't help you at all with the French side of things, but
let's keep the comments in the chat as positive as we can, and that'd be great, you guys.
Officials still discussing this one here as the offenses, Team Manitoba offense stays on the field. So both penalties against Team BC, as we had talked about there, and that's going to be a big turn of events here. Britton had to take that snap off his knees there and didn't get the first down, but a couple penalties is going to move the chains here.
Yeah, and the chains only moved by 10 yards.
Might have been offsetting on the...
At the very end.
Yeah. So either way, Team Manitoba 1st and 10, ball on the 28-yard line. Britton takes a snap, hands it off to Hayward this time, makes one nice cut, nice gap off the right side there, keeps his feet moving, and he's going to be blown dead there, but a good gain on first down.
Haywood continues to be impressive. He ran very hard against a tough Team Saskatchewan front seven a few days ago, and today, he had 23 yards in the first half, and he's got another 20 or 25 this drive. He's been playing very tough.
So 2nd and 4 coming up. Alex Britton's first drive in at quarterback for Team Manitoba. This time he lines up under the gun, split back, or under the center, sorry, split back, has a person coming across, hands it off inside though. Team BC doing a good job on defense, limiting the gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, 3rd and 1.5, so not as easy as a QB sneak. You got to make sure you dial up your best run play here, or even more, take a gamble.
So 3rd and 2-ish coming up here. We'll see if Britton decides to stay under center or goes back to the gun. It looks like he'll stay in the gun now. Hayward behind him. They've had some success off the right side this drive. Ikiasi comes across this time, hands it off to Hayward off the right side, follows his lead block, and it's going to be close. It looks like he got it from up here.
I'll tell you what I like out of Haywood there. From a pure, playing football point of view, he's got an option. He can go, hey, I can take the edge here, maybe turn the corner and score. But he does what's right in the situation on 3rd and 1. He says, no, I'm going to plant my foot. I'm going to go north-south. So I'll run it right inside that defensive end and make sure I get a first down for my team. Will I score with this decision? Absolutely not, but I'll get a first down, and I'm not taking that risk. And I think it's an intelligent football play by the young running back.
4 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Britton under center and flags down. Some early movement there that time for Manitoba.
Yeah, a little bit of a wishbone look where maybe the on-the-line scrimmage player started moving in a backwards motion, so left the line of scrimmage, and the officials, I believe, are calling this procedure.
Actually going to be an offside call against BC, so that's going to move the ball up, make it a little bit easier for Team Manitoba here.
This is a severely penalty-aided drive for Team Manitoba, and they're going to take it with a smile and say thank you, and keep rolling forward.
Britton, this time under center, throws to his right. He's got double coverage, and it's going to fall incomplete. However, there's another flag down.
It is flag after flag after flag on this drive. This one looks like it's holding against Manitoba, so we'll be looking at 1st and 15 or 2nd and 5, depending on Team BC's decision.
Yeah, if it is a holding, I would expect Team BC to take that and back Manitoba up, and that looks like that's what's going to happen here.
That's absolutely the right decision to do in this situation. Now, we haven't seen Team Manitoba's field goal kicker this tournament, so I'm not sure if they have, the ability to kick from this distance or if that's even part of the philosophy. So that means there's a chance here the coordinator already knows he's got 3 downs to work with to get these 15 yards.
So Britton in the gun. Takes a snap, looks to pass, looks to his left, gets it right away to Nikasi, catches that ball. He's got some room off the left side, breaks one tackle, is going to be pushed out of bounds right around that first down marker. I think it's going to be a Team Manitoba first down.
It sure looks like it, and I want to give some credit to Ryan Martin, the receiver there, number 80, who makes a great job in a key block, allowing his receiver to have more time and more space. It's a big-time first down for Team Manitoba, looking to get their first touchdown of the tournament.
So first and goal, ball on the 5-yard line here is Alex Britton's first drive. Having some success here for Team Manitoba. Alex Hayward behind him. Britton takes a snap, high snap, does a good job catching it, gets to Hayward, but brought down in the backfield by Team BC. That is number 75, Finn Mayberg, out of Lord Tweedsmere, making a nice play.
Mayberg made the big play and then celebrating afterwards, pumping his chest a little bit, still doing that, looking at the crowd, getting his defense fired up. The energy is real here during this U16 regional challenge.
So second and goal now, ball on the 6. Britton did a nice job catching that high snap that time. Hayward lines up to his right. Takes a snap, looks to throw quickly to his right, has a receiver wide open, and it hits the upright on the right side. He had his receiver for a touchdown if that didn't hit that.
Shades of Cody Fajardo here in Regina. If you're from Regina cheering for Manitoba right now, you're tearing your hair out of your head.
One of the unique things about Canadian football is the goalpost being at the front of the end zone, and you see that more than you would think. It's too bad. It was a nice read by Alex Britton. Had his receiver open, but now it's 3rd and 6 here, 3rd and goal.
And I love our Canadian football rules, Chris, but having the uprights in the middle of the field is an interesting thing.
So Britton's going to look to throw again here, looks to his right, has to scramble. This time he's going to call his own number, but he's brought down by Mayberg again, his second huge play in the last few plays.
Tough going for Team Manitoba. They needed this type of drive. They were able to move up and down the field, penalty aided, but all the way to the 6-yard line as we see another late flag being thrown. It has to be in the unsportsmanlike conduct variety how late this flag was. So we're about to learn. But back to it, Manitoba needed a big drive and a score. They got the big drive, just that upright got in the way.
Yeah, the pesky upright, as they say.
Making a joke earlier on saying who put the uprights in the middle of the field. But it is an interesting thing in our sport to have the uprights in the field of play and not in the back. I do love our rules with Canadian football, though. I think it's a beautiful game. It's so wide open. It's fun. But there's funny moments like that.
So you see the official call here. Penalty against Team BC, so that's going to back them up. So another big opportunity here for the Team Manitoba defense. Try and get a safety and get the ball back. Yeah,
now the safety makes it a 9-score game, so still a 2-point game. So I'm going to go ahead already and say if BC doesn't get a first down here, they're likely taking a knee in the end zone and giving up 2. But Team Manitoba, they're regaining some control of this game.
As an OC, Olivier, right here, ball on the 1-yard line, are you taking a couple shots?
I am, and I'm not I don't think everybody agrees on point of view. We're allowed to have different philosophies. But for me to run the ball here, because it's a safe thing to do, you have to run the ball over and over and over and over again just to get to the 20, 25-yard line. You may as well take 2 deep shots. If you've got a great, in my opinion, trick play or a good shot you think you can take on a one-on-one, you can gain 119 yards in one play, right?
So penalty half the distance, ball on the 3-yard line now. Leon takes it, throws it on the toss there, and got to look out for that upright, and does a nice job to break a couple tackles. Ends up getting 3 yards on the play and bring up second down.
Toss to the upright is maybe not in my play calls, but this served Team BC okay as they're looking to 2nd and 7.
Good job by number 20, that is Caden O'Dwyer, doing a good job to avoid that upright on that toss. It'd be easy to want to step back there.
Hey, we've talked about uprights and goalposts in one single game more than I thought we ever would.
Yeah, a lot of plays down here featuring this upright. We'll see if Team BC can get out of their own shadow of their goal line here.
Get a sponsor on that field goal post.
5 seconds left on the play clock here. Pat Leon in at gun. He's going to have to snap this one quick. Time hits 0, and they're going to let this ball falls down, snap on the ground as Leon's going to have to run around. He's going to have to try and get out of bounds or throw it away. He finds a receiver. Nice job there by Leon. Breaks a tackle, and that's going to end up in a Team BC first down.
And once again, we have at least 2 penalties on the play. There was also a delay of game, which was unfortunately missed by the officials. And I say unfortunately because you want to get these things right? You don't want to advantage one team or another, but that should have been delay of game. Great athletic play by Pat Leon, as always. What a catch, what a tough catch and run to get a first down. But we have at least 2 flags on the ground here, so we're about to learn more.
Yeah, so we'll let the officials sort this one out.
As the Manitoba fans, we heard loudly up here in the booth, are not shying away from using their voice, and I want to say cheering on their teams, but I almost want to say screaming on their teams.
A little bit. I love the Team BC families here. Someone went to Home Depot last night and picked up about 20 buckets, orange buckets, of course, for their team, and having their fans bang on them. That's awesome to see.
There is no known rule here at Liable Field, I think, about noisemakers, are there?
I believe electronic noisemakers would be considered maybe not a good idea, but nothing wrong with the buckets.
Considered maybe not a good idea. Yes, perhaps. Perhaps.
The officials still are discussing this one here.
Well, a lot happened on that play. Clearly a type of play where holding can happen. Quarterback moving different directions many times. There was a delay of game, but I don't believe that's been called because that would have been blown dead right away. And we also had a flag thrown around the area of the catch.
So it looks like a roughness call against BC, a roughness call against Manitoba, another call against BC.
So we're looking at 3 penalties here, Chris.
Yeah, the official is mic'd up here at Libel. Unfortunately, we aren't able to hear him up here in the booth, but doing our best to see the signals. So we'll see where they mark this one eventually after all the penalties called there.
Well, Team BC retains possession, but they're looking at second down and 7. So essentially this last play did not count, statistically speaking.
Yeah, after all that, they'll get the ball in a very similar position. So 2nd and 7 coming up for Team BC.
Now, Chris, are you expecting the same kind of play, a low snap scramble by the QB to the left for a first down, or something different?
I think they'll probably call something different here. We'll see. Probably something that starts with a good snap and then go from there. Pat Leon motions his receiver. He takes a nice snap that time, looks to throw this time, but great pressure, and that's going to be close to a safety. We'll see where they mark him.
I don't think it truly matters here because on 3rd and 13 from their own 1, I would assume Team BC will take a safety on the next play.
Third down.
Yeah, they'll mark him on the 1 yard line, so not in the end zone here as we see on the replay.
And then again, Team BC has a right to totally punt if they wish.
As if you saw in the replay, Pat Leon was in the end zone getting tackled and rolled and ended up falling on the 1 yard line. So does a good job. Again, doesn't change much. Expect them to give up a safety here. But that 2 points, still going to be a 2-score game.
The irony of Pat Leon making all of that work to get out to the 1 where he might be the one taking a safety himself here on this next play makes me chuckle. But it's still a good heads-up play by the quarterback because he doesn't know what his coach's decision will be. It is the coach will decide if this is a punt or not, and not Pat himself.
We've seen BC kick from their end zone before. We'll see what they do here. Pat Leon takes the snap, and he will... Didn't look like he was down originally from up here. I thought he was going to get...
I like what the officials did. They blew this dead as Pat Leon caught the ball with his knee grazing the grass to make sure there's nothing, funky happening. Everybody knows it's what they were trying to do was to take a safety. Whether he actually took it or not, I'm not sure, but I think the officials managed the situation the right way. But there it is. It's a good time to take a safety. You're up 9. You're still up 2 scores. Now Manitoba gets the ball back deep in their own end, but still have 2 scores to try and get with a minute left in this third quarter.
Yes, her first points on the board for Team Manitoba after that safety. Good job by the defense there. As we see number 3, Alex Burton, stay in at quarterback for Team Manitoba, led them down 2 the goal line last drive and couldn't get it in after that throw that hit the upright. Britton takes the snap, hands it off to Hayward. Nice job. Once again, we're calling his name quite often. That's Finn Mayberg making another tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, and Team Manitoba with two very solid quarterbacks. Jaworski had a good game last game. Britton came in. He also threw the ball fairly well, and today we saw both quarterbacks do a good job. I think they have a 1A, 1B situation. They're deciding to go with Alex Britton right now, who had a good penalty-aided drive last drive. We'll see what we can do this time around.
Yeah, as we see a Team Manitoba offensive lineman, I believe that's number 58, Lachlan Fletcher, down for Manitoba here.
Now, it's 2nd and 11. Chris, do you need to get 7-8 yards to try to think we're going for it on 3rd down, or are you still early in the game where you can punt? I know we've seen that Manitoba needs to find a way to score points. They've attempted 2 fake punts already this game. It's it'll be interesting to see how aggressive they want to be here.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to make a decision here, Manitoba, soon. 50 seconds left. They've had a couple drives. They haven't been able to punch it in, but we'll see here after the injured player. Hopefully he's okay. So, Olivier, we are looking forward to the gold medal game coming up after this one. Team Alberta versus Team Saskatchewan. Team Alberta coming away with a huge win over Team BC, the first time in quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see when you see somebody who's ranked as an underdog come in and get a big win and a chance at a gold medal. It's exciting, I think, for the Alberta coaching staff and the players and the management. And all those programs do the best they can. They work hard, so it's nice to see somebody getting the opportunity. I thought they deserved the win a few days ago. I thought they played really well. Obviously a great game, but all very capable teams in this tournament. Interestingly enough, one of the Team BC coaches has left the booth and slowly walk down to join his team on the sideline. I'm not sure if there's technical difficulties with the headsets or not, but we rarely see that mid-game.
So Lachlan Fletcher able to walk off under his own power with the assistance from the medical staff, which is great to see. Alex Britton, a 2nd and 11 here coming up for them. Time whistled in. Lots of motion that time. Britton looks to throw. He's going to look over the middle. He's going to have to make a tough catch, and a great job by the Team BC defender. That's number 8, Jai-Paul Baines. Called his name a few times. Yeah, he's in the right spot there in his zone coverage. He sees it the whole way, and I don't mind the throw by Team Manitoba. You have to try and get your yards, especially if you're punting. If you don't get the first, they have to try and make something happen, but Team BC's all over that one. So 3rd and 11 coming up, ball on the 34-yard line. Team at Manitoba going to punt this one away as Ethan Merrill comes out here again. We've seen them run a fake punt upside or inside the middle. We've seen them run a onside punt here, Olivier. Do you think they'll just punt this one away? I think this one is going to be a regular punt. Merrill takes the snap at his feet, does a nice job catching that, gets a good punt away, bounces at the 44-yard line as the BC returner picks it up, has to avoid his own blocker there as we see more flags down and some more stuff after the whistles here as well. Yeah, this game is getting a little bit on the line. We can see some players wrestling on the ground a little bit later than usual. Officials being quick to, and they're communicating, let him go, and they're getting up. But yeah, it's starting to get flag heavy today. Does a really nice job by Cody Hagel there, catching that ball off the bounce and getting some nice yards. He was decisive. He was quick, and you really saw his burst of speed, I thought, on that return. Cody Hagel, only 5'5" out of GW Graham in Chilliwack. He's had a great tournament for Team BC. Really has. We've seen him as a returner, as a pass catcher. We've seen him as a blocker as well, and just been very impressive. He was the player of the game in Game 1 for Team BC on the offense side of things. Could also be named player game this game as well. Yeah, so unfortunately on that return for Hagel, that was a illegal block, so it gets pushed back. Now Team BC and Pat Leon starting on the 47-yard line. Leon takes the snap, hands it off inside to Joe Hall, and a good job by that Manitoba D-line, led by number 9, Matthew Schickett, linebacker, coming in on that run.
Yeah, limiting the gain to only 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. Situation here with Team BC can probably still run or pass, especially given how aggressive they're on 3rd down. They like going for it. But good job by the Team Manitoba defense trying to hold down the fort.
Yeah, apologies, in on the tackle there. As that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Team BC leading Team Manitoba 11-2 in a 2-score game here. But definitely a close game, some close scores here for Team Manitoba. They've been down there. They had that unfortunate pass hit the upright there, and some nice plays on both sides on defense as well.
Yeah, totally. And Team Manitoba, they're doing just enough to stay in this game, but they need to take the next step, which is to score a touchdown and make this, a field goal type of game where you have the chance to win it in the 4th quarter. They've done a good job hanging on because that Team BC's offense has actually been playing pretty well.
So it's going to be 2nd and 8, a big opportunity here for the Manitoba defense to make a play. Haven't seen them be able to get too much pressure here since earlier in the 1st quarter. Leon's going to take that pass. He is going to look to throw this time. Looks to his right, finds a receiver. Nice completion on the play. Has some blockers. Cody Hagel making a nice block for him. Cuts all the way across, and that's number 5, Ryder Outwasser, with the reception. Tackled by Miles Garodin from Manitoba.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that one. He got targeted 4 times last game but only had 1 reception. This one's a big one, because if Team BC can go down the field and score here, they're really going to be taking this game away from Manitoba. So this is a big drive for them.
Ryder Outwasser, 6'1", out of Clarence Fulton Secondary in Vernon, BC. Nice to see lots of different towns represented, both by Manitoba and BC in this tournament. As Pat Leon in the gun here, split 2 running backs in the backfield. O'Dwyer comes across, motions to his right, gets the ball, hands up the middle, up the A-gap, breaks the tackle, and he's going to keep running, lowering his shoulder and making a big 1st down run.
Caden O'Dwyer laying down the lumber. That is a nice inside run. And when you do that, what it does for your team is you feel motivated, you feel confident, you feel uplifted. This is a type of drive that BC wanted. Big chunks, and the last one being such an impulsive and physical run. Some great job with Dwyer. Good athletes out of that Clarence Fulton Secondary School in Vernon. We've mentioned that school a few times. O'Dwyer, not a small running back, at 6 feet tall as well. No, and he's leading his team is rushing today. He was 2nd in rushing, last game behind his quarterback, Pat Leon. But, really, really good carry by O'Dwyer. Number 96, Jace Bandman, down for Manitoba, but he's able to walk off with help from the trainers here. I think BC maybe keep this ball on the ground now on 1st down. Churn some clock. They're having success now up the middle running the ball here. Yeah, and I think if I'm BC, I'm doing that. If I'm in control of this game up by 2, I want to score 1 more. But yeah, they can absolutely keep running the ball here. Pat Leon looks to his left, throws complete to number 9 on the screen pass. Nice job leading the way, number 72 on the old line there. That is a great job by that lineman, Jacob Stoneson, leading the way on that screen. Yep, when you've got an offensive guard waiting 260 plus running at you as a defender, it's a difficult position to be. You got to decide, do I go around them? And that's, the receiver knows that as well. So the receiver staying nice and close, offensive lineman on that, getting big yards. That was a nice play by Team BC. They're continuing to impress on this drive. Esek Muhammad with the reception there, doing a nice job following his lead blocker. Teammates with Pat Leon, familiar with each other out of St. Thomas More Collegiate there in Maple Ridge, BC. Leon takes a snap, but blown dead, and it's going to be, I believe, a timeout for Team BC. They must have not liked the personnel or the play call. Must have been something wrong there, because they are rolling right now, doing a great job. They're getting big chunk plays, and they're on the verge of taking a big lead. Corey, I see you. Woohoo, Dwyer, making your family proud. Yes, playing very, very well. Dwyer having a great game today. It's easy for us. We talk about the players who touch the ball a lot. We don't necessarily talk about the linemen that much. But on both sides of the ball, and actually this entire tournament, I feel like we've seen some very good play out of the O-lineman, type of positions where you don't get credited often with success. You're not front page newspapers with all your stats. You're probably only talked about if you took a holding penalty, but those boys up front, they're playing tough.
Yeah, Coach Richard Wright talked about before the tournament about how good his front O-line and D-line is. Pat Leon hands it off to Rebegladi on the inside, but that time led on defense by 98, Ronan Husak out of Vincent Massey leading the way for that loss.
Yeah, in Manitoba, they once again need those big stops. Can they force BC into a third down gamble and get a stop? That's what they need here in this fourth quarter.
So second and long now coming up. We'll see here. We know that Pat Leon has a good lead for field goals. If they don't get it here on second down, gets the call from his offensive coordinator.
The only thing with the field goal situation is that being up by 9 or being up by 12 is really not a big difference. So I think as Team BC, you must be thinking, we're going for on third down, 3 down.
Leon takes a snap. He's going to have to scramble. Lots of people in his face there. Uses the ref as a blocker. Pat Leon's going to keep it himself. Pushed out of bounds by number 24, Michael Kenny. Leon does a good job not to take a huge loss there.
It sure does, and that's crucial because then you're looking at 3rd and 20. Team Manitoba coach is furious as BC had 13 players on the field and the ball was snapped, and Team BC player is trying to run off, but basically ran off the field right at the Manitoba bench, but clearly late, and the Manitoba coach is asking for a penalty there, but they're not going to get it.
So it will be third down. We see the field goal team come on to attempt what should be a 23-yarder roughly. Looks like they'll place a tee at the 24-yard line.
St. Thomas More Collegiate is in Burnaby, not Maple Ridge. We'll believe you. We're going what's on our list here in front of us from the rosters submitted, but thanks for the clarification. As this field goal goes up and through.
Nice kick by Pat Leon, and yes, we'll make sure that for the U18 tournament that we'll be calling, that is correct. And so Pat Leon's field goal is good. That will make the score 14-2 for Team BC over Team Manitoba with 8 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the game.
Yeah, and I think BC wished they didn't have a 3rd and 14 because I don't think they would have kicked that field goal in a position where their odds of success for first down were greater. It doesn't really change much. Manitoba can be happy with that stop. They just got to go down the field and score twice, which is not an easy thing to do. But this game is still within reach for them.
We see Jack Jaworski coming back in for Manitoba offense. Now he'll be in at quarterback this time. Jaworski in the gun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, quickly has a seam. That's number 21, Lucas Hyde with the reception. That's a good first down play for Manitoba.
It's a great play. It's Lucas Hyde's first reception of the tournament. Really nice spot. Team BC playing against the pass, playing a deep cover 2, and even had a linebacker expand out of the box before the snap, trying to say, hey, we'll stop the pass. But they did find a hole in that soft zone for that seam. Good play by Team Manitoba.
Nice throw by Jaworski, his first series in a while. Takes the snap, hands it off to Hayward, this time on the left side. Keeps his feet moving. Finally met by a wall. That's number 4, Mackay Clements, and a teammate there. Nice play.
And again, I love the play call. Team BC trying to take the pass away, and they just said, okay, if you're going to do that, I'll hand it off to my workhorse. So that's Hayward getting even more yards.
So 2nd and 4 coming up. Left hash, Jaworski breaks the huddle. He's got 3 to his right, 2 to his left. Hayward in the backfield. Jaworski takes a snap, looks to throw right away. He's going to scramble out to his right. This is going to be a tough throw. He has number 21, Lucas Hyde, once again. Big hit on the play, but a great job by Hyde to move the chains once again.
Jaworski finding Lucas Hyde a second time here in the pass game. Great time to come alive in the pass game. I think BC is playing conservatively here. Great pronunciation. BC is playing a little bit deeper, leaving some room for those Manitoba receivers. They're making sure they're not getting burnt on a deep pass, but Manitoba is taking advantage 10 yards at a time. The challenge for Manitoba is they got to score twice, and the clock is ticking with 6:39 left in this game.
This time Jaworski's got 3 to the boundary. As we see Nikasi come across, Jaworski takes the snap. This will be a pass quickly to his right to number 12, complete. Has to make a man miss. He does. breaks the tackle, puts his shoulders down. That's going to be close to another first down. That's Braden Sinclair with a nice play as he motions first down.
Stays in bounds here, gets the first down, so clock is ticking with 6:15 to go. Manitoba's doing a great job trying to snap the ball quickly, getting in and out of the huddle quickly. They got to score twice.
Manitoba doing a good job snapping this play right away. There's a flag down as he has Tristan Channer open, and he gets pushed out of bounds around the 5-yard line, but we'll see what the call is here.
Well, Manitoba coming alive, but I think this play is going to bring them back. It looks like there's some sort of offsides. Oh, although the officials have now started pointing towards BC. Maybe it stands after all.
Yeah, I was saying Manitoba did a great job to snap that ball right away. Only a couple seconds into the play clock. They're trying to go fast, and it looks like this play might stand here.
Well, with 6 minutes left, if Manitoba can punch one in, this game is far from over.
Yep, so no flag on the play, so they're going to put the ball on the 6-yard line. Great job by Jaworski finding Channer on the sideline there. Sorry, ball on the 7. Jaworski lines up with Hayward to his right. Takes the snap. He will hand it to Hayward inside. Makes a nice cut. He goes down. He's going to be brought down. And they will call that a touchdown, Manitoba.
Wow, Alex Hayward and that Manitoba offense taking what BC gives them. They're going to go for 2 here, it seems like. Trying to make this a 4-point game instead of a 5-point game. Yeah, I mean, wow, what a nice drive. They needed to come alive. It's a great time to get your first touchdown of the day, and you just got to find a way to get the ball back and do it again.
Hayward with a nice cut, brought down very close to that line of that goal line, but ends up finding the end zone.
Tell you what, Hayward deserved that touchdown. He's been working, he's been a workhorse all tournament long, and yeah, he found a way to stay low on that carry and just push through. His legs kept going, and he just said, I will not be denied.
So Manitoba will take this on the left hash to go for 2. Jaworski and Hayward in the backfield once again. They line up with 3 to the boundary. We'll see if Nikasi comes across. As he does, Jaworski's going to take it. He's going to look to his right quickly. He finds Hayward. That's going to be complete, but it's going to be no good short of the goal line.
Yeah, now it doesn't change them much. There's still 1 score down, right? So now it's a 6-point game. If Manitoba were to get a stop here and get a score, they would tie it up and have a chance to take a 1-point lead with an extra point. So, yeah. I mean, look at us getting treated to a great game. Great, it's been nice to see Manitoba come alive. That was a big drive for them. They've had 2 great drives the second half.
Team BC leading 14-8, 5 minutes, 43 seconds left here in the game. Team BC with 1 timeout left and Team Manitoba with 2. Those could come into play big here as we get down towards the end.
Manitoba opting to squib their kickoff against Team Saskatchewan. We'll see what they choose to do here. I don't think it's onside kick territory just yet.
Ramsey Miller lining up to kick this one away. That's going to fall at about the 25-yard line. Nice job by Cody Hagel to catch that in the air. Makes one man miss, makes another cut. He has some room up the middle and runs into a defender there, getting the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
That is an outstanding job by Cody Hagel, just making sure he gets to that ball before he hits the ground, not taking the chances of a weird bounce, right? Those can be tricky. When a kicker places a kickoff, high and kind of in between where you are and where the front line of defenders is, it's a tough spot to make that recovery. Really good aggressive play by the returner.
So BC will start 40-yard line right hash. Pat Leon in at quarterback still. O'Dwyer to his left. Rebigliotti behind him. As he motions out, Pat Leon takes, he's going to throw, quickly looks to his left. He's going to choose to keep it himself, flagged down. We'll see here in the holding area. We'll see if Manitoba decides to take the penalty or just take the 1-yard gain.
Well, still 5 minutes, 14 seconds left. I think they'll accept this penalty and push BC even further back for 1st and 20. Oh, and I see Coach Lesewicz doing the classic declined motion with his arm, asking for a 2nd and 9 in the situation. Wants to get the ball quicker.
Decline that holding penalty here. Put BC in 2nd and long. Pat Leon looked quickly to his left, tried to find Cody Hagel, but a good job by the Manitoba defense. Number 2, their player of the game last time, McCray Long, doing a nice job on that play, covering Hagel, so he had to tuck it and run. Looks like we'll get that matchup once again here. As the crowd comes alive here at Leibel Field. Lots of pressure coming. Leon takes the snap, does a nice job, gets that away over the middle, and a great completion there by Leon.
That's Steel Law finding the hole. Team Manitoba brought the cover 0 blitz, meaning they had more players rushing the QB than what BC could protect. So that quarterback knows he's got somebody's going to hit him. He's got to get rid of the ball quickly. They had a couple of options for completions there. He went with Steel Law, who's one of his favorite targets, for a big first down.
So that pushes the ball all the way up to the 49-yard line of the Manitoba side of the field. This time they'll just take it, hand it off inside that time, makes one cut. Short gain on the play for Rebigliotti, tackled by number 7, Tristan Freitas-Thompson. Brings up another second and medium to long.
It smells Caden O'Dwyer time here. Give us a good run and maybe a first down or a third and short where we can go for it and try to close this game out.
So we talked about the helmet communication as we see Pat Leon getting the signals from the sideline. So maybe issues with the technology or just choosing to go signals instead. Lots of motion before the snap there, and they do get that one away, and that one's going to fall and hit the turf close to a dangerous play there. BC looked not ready there.
I'm surprised to not see a flag on the play and infraction. I thought that wide receiver on our side of the field jumped off the line of scrimmage right before the snap, making it an ineligible formation. Or sorry, a formation where only 6 players are on the line of scrimmage. I think BC, well, either way, with the completion, it wouldn't have changed much. But we're looking at, punting situation, and Manitoba will get their chance. That's what they wanted.
So, interesting scenario here. Obviously, if Pat Leon can kick this into the end zone in amateur football, you bring it out to the 1, you get it to the 20. So we'll see what they tell their returner to do here.
Yeah, now this would require a 46-yard punt in the air or bouncing through it to get to the end zone. So odds are that punt is not going to make it that far. But if it does, you're right. That returner better know what he's supposed to be doing.
That is Lucas Hyde back there as Leon kicks it to his left. He's going to go after it himself. Hyde's going to have to be careful that Leon doesn't get down there, but it's going to go harmlessly out of bounds at around the 10-yard line.
That's a perfect punt. They get 36 yards net. They pin him inside the 10. BC has to be very happy with that punt.
All right, so 6-point game here. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left here. Manitoba feeling good about being in this game still, having a chance to try and get a lead here.
100 yards to go. 3 downs to work with, because I don't think you're punting the ball back to BC unless it's 3rd and 15 on this first drive, and then you're hoping for a 2-and-out. But odds are you've got 3 downs to work with for every new set of downs. 3 minutes are left, so plenty of time for you to go 101 yard and go win this game, which would be incredible.
2 timeouts still for Manitoba as well. Clock not an issue for them as we come down to the 3-minute warning.
BC still in that cover 2 look, kind of leaving some bigger holes for the short passing game.
Jaworski takes the snap, looks to throw, looks to his left, tries to find Hayward into the flat, but that's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, it was intended for Haywood again. They're trying to give him the ball as much as they can. He is one of their best players, but that one falls to the turf.
So 2nd and 10 here now.
See, I'm tempted as an offensive coordinator when a team gives me cover 2 to just run the ball and try to get as many yards as I can, especially if I know I've got 3 downs to work with. But now, as it states 2nd and 9 on the board, but I think it's 2nd and 10. We'll see what they come out with.
Jaworski in the gun. He's going to take that snap, look to throw, looks to his left. He's going to take a deep shot here this time, triple coverage, and Team BC is going to pick that off. Nice interception on the play by number 12. He's going to try and take this one all the way back. Has to make a few people miss. He's going to be brought down on the 1. That's Trey Adelar with the interception.
That's a big-time play. Team BC was protecting against the deep pass. They had the cover 2 look. They're saying you can do whatever you want other than throw it deep, but Team Manitoba took their chances, but BC was just sitting there waiting for it, and they got their interceptions.
Yeah, so worst-case scenario here for Manitoba. Team BC getting the ball on the 1-yard line. We expect maybe just to pound it with O'Dwyer here, put this one up, and make it another 2-score game.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision. You don't take any chances here for Team BC. You got 3 opportunities to score from the 1. Go ahead, get the ball in, and you get your win today.
As Pat Leon walks into the huddle here. That was the last play before the 3-minute warning. So we're now in 3-minute warning, under 3-minute clock rules. And timeout. Team Manitoba is going to burn a timeout here. Yeah, interesting use of a timeout. Obviously, time was stopped, but they'll choose to use a timeout. So Pat Leon will wait in the huddle here. I don't expect the play call to change.
No, I don't think so. They're going to make sure they have what they need here. They're going to run something they're very familiar with, that they're good at executing, and they're going to do it 3 times in a row. That's what I would do if I was BC.
So we see Pat Leon this time going to line up under center here, maybe just a QB sneak. He'll take the snap. There will be flags down as Leon takes it in for a touchdown. Probably an offside Manitoba here, but we'll wait for the official call.
You could see the quarterback's body language before the snap. Leaned forward heavily. He was ready for that sneak, executed very well. Let's see if they get rewarded with a touchdown. It seems like they will.
Yeah, it is an offside Manitoba. That play penalty will be declined, and Pat Leon's 1-yard QB sneak will stand and increase Team BC's lead 20-8 with the extra point attempt coming up.
The offense is staying on. They're going to try and make this a 21-point game by going up. Sorry, a 14-point game by going up 22-8. Oh, and as I'm saying this, mass substitutions coming in, so it looks like maybe we're kicking a field goal after all.
Yeah, we do see Cody Hagel bringing the tee on with him.
So we'll be looking at a 13-point lead either way with 2:31 to go. It's 2 scores Manitoba needs. So now it's clock is absolutely an issue. Now it's going for broke. It's everything you have in your playbook to try to give yourself a chance. And after that, you need the onside kick and to do it again.
So number 2, Shea Simkin here, ready to take that snap, puts it down. Pat Leon's extra point attempt is good. Will make the score 21-8. 2.5 minutes left here in the bronze medal game at the 2024 U16 Western Challenge as we see another late flag.
Yeah, Team BC with another late flag, unsportsmanlike conduct type of thing. Must have been something that was said. Again, I'm making assumptions up here from the booth, but I see the O-lineman who's victim of a flag here. So Team Manitoba will get another 15 yards added on, making their lives a little bit easier in what is, however, a tough task with 2 minutes 31 seconds left to go.
Just want to take a quick second to thank all of the volunteers here helping make this tournament run. Football Sask doing a great job here hosting this tournament at Leibel Field. Football Canada and Sports Canada TV bringing you this broadcast scenario. My name's Chris Hadisbeck. I'm joined with Olivier Eddy. We're having fun. Looking forward to the gold medal game. Team Saskatchewan taking on Team Alberta here just after this game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a good week so far. You and I are doing this for 2 consecutive weeks as we have U18 Canada Cup starting tomorrow. That'll be 4 games back to back to back to back. But yeah, no, it's been super fun so far, and obviously we've been blessed with a fantastic first game today. Team Manitoba being in this game until the interception that we just saw here late in the fourth quarter, but Manitoba had to go for it. No, it's been good football.
Team BC will kick this off at the 35-yard line. That's going to land right around the 35. Hits one bounce, gets by Tristan Channer. He's going to have to go back, and he's going to fall down. So Team BC, that penalty is not going to affect them too much.
No, although there is another flag thrown. We're seeing a lot of penalties today. It's unfortunate because it's slows the game down quite a bit. But still, very good football being played. And again, a lot of these athletes are still learning the game, and they're playing with new teammates, and the stakes are high, right? They're playing for a bronze medal to bring back to their province, and yeah, these things happen, I suppose.
So unnecessary roughness there against Manitoba, so that will back them up even more and negate that unsportsmanlike penalty on the extra point. Ball will be placed right around the 10-yard line. That's a big penalty to take and make it even harder.
And here's what's challenging now. Team BC for sure, are going to be playing loose, making sure there's no deep passes on them. So Manitoba's going to have to get this going 12 yards at a time and not 80, but the clock is going to be a factor.
So Jaworski in the gun takes the snap, looks to throw to his left, to his right, and that's going to be knocked down by number 23 on the BC defense. That's Jagger Jenkins with a nice play.
As we see number 6 here from Team Manitoba taking a knee. Looks like he hurt his ankle on the play.
It was 1 and 99 for BC.
So Olivier, looking forward to the next game, what are your expectations with Team Alberta versus Team Sask?
Well, it should be a good game. I mean, we saw Team Saskatchewan being fairly dominant in the run game against Manitoba, so they won that battle up front. The question is, can they do that against Alberta? So I think early in the game we'll learn, is Team Alberta able to sustain that Team Saskatchewan O-line? If they are, I think we're going to see a very balanced and good game, because then you're going to force Team Saskatchewan to pass, which was not their game plan in game 1. And Alberta thought a pretty good offense. They had 2 very capable quarterbacks. They had a receiver who made a number of plays. I think Alberta is going to have to rely to kind of their 2-3 top players. Team Saskatchewan will see something more balanced perhaps. But I think it's all going to get played in the trenches early on. We're going to learn right away if Saskatchewan can run the ball at will or not. And I think that'll be the biggest determining factor. But you'll have 2 strong teams compete for the gold, and I'm expecting a close game.
Yeah, as we see Shneon and Cassie walk off here with the trainer. Looks like he will be okay. 2nd and 10 coming up here for Team Manitoba. Just under 2.5 minutes left here in the game. Jaworski takes the snap, looks to his right, throws it over the middle to number 1, Tristan China. That's going to be intercepted that time by number 8, Jai Paul Baines. He's going to keep going there, make some players miss, and that's another nice play by Jai Paul. We've mentioned his name a few times.
First down, BC.
So Team BC will take over, ball on the 9-yard line here, just over 2 minutes left. And they will look to really put this one away here on this drive.
Serve one more time, so it's 99 Manitoba and 75 BC.
75 BC. Is there only one player game for each?
No, then there's offense. That's defense.
Okay, and which is?
For Manitoba, it's 14.
As we see Nicholas Woodger come in to finish this one here for Team BC. Woodger takes the snap, tosses it to number 7 on the right side, finds a corner there, and he's going to take that in. Chase Chin for a touchdown, Team BC, and put this one away.
Yeah, that's going to be the final nail in the coffin here, as Team British Columbia, is going to be heading to the ceremony, or home, with a bronze medal in this one, although we do have a flag on the play against Team British Columbia.
Yeah.
So it's the score will remain 21-8 for now.
Procedure, the call on the play. Lots of penalties and turnovers here after the 3-minute warning. That will make it 1st and goal on the 14-yard line now for Team BC. Woodger takes the snap, hands it off to Chin, this time off the left side, and brought down quickly there by number 24, Michael Kenny.
Brought down by number 24, Michael Kenny. 2nd down and goal.
So, 2nd and 11 coming up here, 2 minutes on the clock. Woodger takes the snap, quickly gets it away to Dwyer on the left. There's another flag down, though. We'll see what the call is here.
I think we're looking at another offside here for Team BC.
Flag on the play again.
One of the slot back receivers here right in front of the officials. Well, the picket, as we call it, I see working very, very hard here from the officials. Probably had to write down 30-plus penalties today.
Yeah.
Numbers and yardages, and hard at work.
Offside,
So offside Manitoba the call that time.
penalties accepted,
Will remain second down.
5 yards out.
Ball will be placed on the 6-yard line.
If you're just tuning in, this game was very competitive until the last 2 or 3 minutes here. Manitoba putting up a great fight. BC finding a way to run away with it now at this point.
Woodger tosses it at the chin that time, makes a couple people miss, and gets that down to the 1-yard line, and BC's going to have a decision to make here on 3rd and goal.
Chase Chin looking very athletic out there. We haven't seen him much during the tournament, but clearly a very capable running back. He only had 1 carry last game, but today he's looking really, really athletic, elusive.
Yeah, doing a nice job, has pressure in his face right away in the backfield by Jackson Fury, but breaks that tackle. As we see BC send a couple subs on here, it looks like they will look to put the final nail in the coffin here. 3rd and 1 on 3rd and goal. Woodger will be in the gun on this play. Takes the handoff, hands it off to Rebagliati on the right side that time. Keeps his feet moving, and we'll see if they call him in. Looks like they're going to call him just short, and tough run there, but a good job by the Manitoba defense standing tall.
Hey, that's a second, 3rd down stand at the goal line today for Team Manitoba. They've played well. They can keep their chin up high. They've done a lot of good things, and 21-8 with a minute left is going to be difficult, but they can be proud of the effort they put on today. I love a team that has no quit, right? This game, I said nail in the coffin a few minutes ago, but Team Manitoba is refused to make that game a 3-score game. They're keeping it a 2-score game. Team Manitoba defense playing with a lot of pride. I think that's part of the culture they've instilled there, and they're trying to put in this team. Great job, Team Manitoba.
Team BC not ready to go here on this play, as we see Jaworski hand it off inside, but only gets maybe 3 or 4 on the play.
Yeah, just trying to get out of their own end zone here. We'll be looking at a 2nd and 6 from the 5-yard
flag
line.
after the whistle.
And another late flag.
Looks like maybe a late shove by one of the O-linemen.
Maybe the one down fallout today. I thought the teams, showed a lot of athleticism, some good stuff. You can tell they're prepared. The coach staff doing a great job. Just a little too much on the rough play and sportsmanlike conduct side of things. It's something you want to teach at a young level to correct. We're approaching 35 to 40 penalties today, and I want to say there's at least 5 or 6 of them that have been the 15-yard variety.
Yeah, so that is an unnecessary roughness call against Manitoba. That backs them up to the 1-yard line now.
And they'll be facing a long 2nd and 10 from their own end.
Once again, that penalty will stop the clock, so 1:08 left here. Jaworski under center. Looks like maybe just taking a knee there. Tough to see from our angle, but no gain on the play.
Limited gain, that'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, interesting now. It's 3rd and 10. They may elect to punt and basically say that this game is over, and then BC will just take some knees, or they'll take a shot here and hope that BC doesn't punch it in at the end and just takes knees, and which they should do, and just walk away with the victory.
So 5 seconds left here on the play clock. We'll see if they get this one off or not. Jaworski takes it, calls for the snap, and he'll just give up a safety. So conceding the 2 points, I guess, and just going to give BC the ball and take a couple knees and get out of here.
Yeah, and I guess it's a sportsmanlike thing to do as well. You know, you're going to give up the knee. You know you didn't win today. So Team BC will get the ball back. They'll likely take knees on their end as well and call it a game. I think it's the right thing to do. Not a bad decision by the head coach there at all.
So, want to take a second to congratulate today's game MVPs from Team Manitoba. Number 14 quarterback Jack Jaworski for their offense, and big number 99 Jackson Fury on D-line.
Yeah, and again, you know, Jack had a great tournament. I thought both quarterbacks actually played very well for Manitoba, but Jaworski very deserving of his award. I think he played well. He fought through the whole game. And Jackson Fury, I mean, he's been a tough tackler, hard-working guy on the D-line, very deserving as well.
Yeah. Remember seeing Jackson Fury last year. Looking forward to seeing him on U18, I assume, next year. For Team BC, their MVP on offense, their quarterback, number 1, Pat Leon, and on defense, we've called his name many times today, number 75, Finn Mayberg.
Yeah, Finn out of the D-line did a good job as well. It's nice to see 2 D-linemen getting rewarded today. And Pat Leon, I mean, look, what else can we say about him? He's been kicking, he's been punting, he's been running, he's been throwing. He's their leader on that offense, and he very well deserving as well, of course.
So Team BC will just take a couple knees here as the officials are just communicating with them, making sure that they snap it at the right time. So Olivier, great job by BC here, coming away with a bronze medal.
Yeah, congratulations to them. You know, they might have lost their first battle against Alberta, and I'm sure they're not happy about that, but they had a great showing this tournament, and to finish off a nice convincing win, right? 23-8. They deserve to be happy with their performance. They get to go home winning the last game of the tournament. That's rare in football that you win your last game of the season, so good for them. And yeah.
I love seeing the sportsmanship after that play there. Good handshakes across the board there. Want to take a second to thank everyone for tuning in to this bronze medal game for the 2024 U16 Western Challenge. Team BC winning the bronze medal of a score 23-8 over Team Manitoba. We'll be back shortly for the gold medal game between Team Saskatchewan and Team Alberta.
Randy O'Shaughnessy. The winner of the Most Valuable Defensive Player of the Game award for Team Manitoba, number 99, Jackson Fury. The winner of the Most Valuable Offensive Player of the Game award for Team Manitoba, number 14, Zach Jolarski. And now the award for Team British Columbia. The winner of the Most Valuable Defensive Player of the Game for Team BC, number 75, Finn Newberg. Give it up one more time for both U16.
Thank you all for your attendance, ladies and gentlemen. And just a reminder, coming up next is the gold medal game between Team Alberta and Team Saskatchewan. Thank you all for coming on.
Will